We are the team John Deere. We are here for talking about building the future, enhancing manufacturing, and we are enabled to design collaboration. I'm pretty sure this is also an exciting journey for all of us when these things all started. The advanced visualization is just a 5-year-old, but a lot of things happening before, 13, 14, 15 years when VR was just, kind of a too far thing. John Deere was adopting those technologies and some of the examples, some of the applications. That's what we are going to talk about in terms of, you may be interested, what these domains are doing, these kind of technologies, and that's what we are going to talk some of them. With that, presentation, please. Okay, this is us, Abhijit, Vivek, Jagan, and Ajay. This is me, Jagan. I am the engineering manager for advanced visualization in Enterprise Technology Center in Pune. Okay, first slide, I'll talk about how this VR journey started. As I mentioned, 5 years back, we started a complete advanced visualization where multiple of these future technologies. But VR was started in the year 2011 in India, in Magarpatta, Tower 14. 11, we started the investment where, some of our folks were there early on. And 12 to all the way 2024. Today you can see what are the things we do from the perspective of AR, VR, XR, MR perspective. This is a collective, things of what we can do from engineering perspective, manufacturing perspective, customer product support, product safety and compliance, marketing and sales perspective. So every area, this journey has been, a tremendous, and this is the team, and behind the scene, a lot of our folks working at Magarpatta. So this is our journey. Next. Okay, and this is the slide I was talking about how, as a XR, as a VR, AR, these technologies are leveraged. Starting from, any of the company, automotive or be it off-highway, we start with some of our Class A, Class B surfaces, start a new design. And that's where our leadership approval goes in, right? So when somebody looks at it, a clay model or a Class A, Class B surfaces and then highly rendered. And that's where VR comes in, helps to get even approvals. The high quality, rendered products will make it so smoother for approvals. And that is something VR enables from there all the way to design review. You name it, we have it. That's the kind of a thing we are into. And especially we are talking about ergonomics from the perspective of manufacturing and supply chain. A lot of things happens from the manufacturing perspective. We leverage VR as a tool and AR, XR as a tool. And we have Ajay here and team, Vivek. They really use these technologies in the perspective of XR, and then we as a product engineering team leverage them, support them from the VR side. Virtual showroom, that's my next slide. I'm going to talk about how sales and marketing is also, leveraging VR. Some of them are, growing here as India, but how globally these things are helping I'm going to talk about in the next slide. And then all the way customer product support, after sales services, how those, HoloLenses or any other XR, MR solutions, we leverage them, is currently work in progress, some of them are deployed. We are leveraging them from the factory perspective or even the marketing events. We use them extensively to build a sales pitch and also showcase. We cannot bring a lot of our products to the marketing events, right? So we bring them virtual showrooms and then we bring these technologies, show our customers whatever the machine they want to look, and it is there. And they can have immersive experiences or, kind of XR experiences. With that, next slide, please. Hit the button one more time. Can you hit the play button for me, please? Okay, this is a publicly available thing. It's for our John Deere Asia Pacific. That's a virtual showroom. Why I'm showing this, a marketing thing here. Any marketing event you go or any dealership you go, the opportunity to have a VR headset or XR headset, you can put it, and this is VR enabled. You don't have to carry the entire machine, put it in the VR showroom here. You can show it to our customers, whatever the machine they want to look in the marketing or at the dealership, these kind of things. We can do that. And that's what we are doing it from the sales pitch perspective, how these technologies are used in the marketing and sales perspective. That's one of the example. I wanted to quote it here. With that, next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, with that, my colleague will talk about the next slides.
Hello. Am I audible? Good afternoon all. So far we have seen that how VR AMR is getting used by different functions, like in the entire product life cycle, right from the leadership approval for the program till the servicing and maybe after sales also. So these are our typical use cases, how VR is getting used by different functions here. I will be covering ergonomics in detail in my upcoming slide. But we are also using VR for training our own employees, because being supporting globally to different countries, different units, we are working on remote products, and for that we need to train our employees, and VR is a good way to really show and then get the experience of the product which is getting remotely manufactured. At the same time, we are also helping our manufacturing teams for different studies, like maybe the complete assembly reviews on the manufacturing line, tooling accessibility studies where maybe the different tools are getting used, sometimes special tools are getting manufactured. So how those tools are accessible and being used in complex areas. So VR is a good way to use that for design validations. Same time, we are also working closely with our picture design teams, where picture designs are happening, and then those validations for some of the critical assembly operations are getting done using VR technology. Apart from manufacturing, as Jagan talked about, that VR is also getting by different functions like product engineering, product safety and compliance, then supply chain, and then quality teams also. So there are different regulations in the industry to bringing the product in the market, and to meet those regulations, product safety and team continuously works with different functions. And we are helping our product safety and compliance team also to really identify different solutions so that we will able to meet the compliance requirements and bring the products effectively in the market. So we are helping those for product safety and compliance team also. We work closely with our product support teams also for product safety, product service reviews, where we are involving our dealer technicians in the PDP program so that we can get their feedback from the service aspect. And I'm very proud to say that now having dealer technicians feedback in the PDP program is one of our maybe initial stage where we are getting those feedbacks and converting their suggestions in the design stage, so that products are getting very service friendly. Yeah, so this is more specific to the manufacturing domain, where manufacturing teams are coming, they are identifying critical operations on the assembly line, and they are coming to validating those operations. Those are in the different areas like maybe tooling accessibility, then operator ergonomics, where maybe operators are doing continuous operations in the manufacturing line, and we are trying to help them to do the assessment of the comfort level of the operator. We are also doing critical assembly checks, where maybe complete engine assembly or transmission assembly or any sub-assembly is getting dropped on an assembly line, and what will be challenges from that perspective. So these are the different use cases what we wanted to showcase, where VR is getting very heavily used. Okay. With that, over to Ajay.
So I hope you are able to hear me. So this is one of the example from the manufacturing side. There are a lot of brownfield, greenfield projects, and the concepts are getting built before actually getting them physically built on the land, right? The facility getting built. We need to validate those concepts for these facilities. So for that, the XR technology, this VR, AR technologies are very important, wherein we are able to get the complete view of being not even that facility is ready, still we are able to see exactly how it looks, and we are able to experience through the digital experience, we are able to understand each and every minute details of that facility and review that with all the stakeholders, as well as get the feedback, real-time feedback with respect to what are the changes that are needed there. So that's the one example we can definitely share here, which has been extensively getting used, and it is in production now for many of our facilities, new facilities where we are using it. With this, I invite Vivek. So he is going to demonstrate, we are going to demonstrate the actual technology using the HoloLens. Okay. So basically, we have, this is one of the example of same in the previous slide, wherein a complete greenfield project, okay, before it is getting commissioned, the complete walkthrough is possible with the help of the technology. Each details of every stations can be evaluated, the accessibility, the clearances that are required for the equipments, the operators, everything is validated before taking any major decisions or having major investments done. So this can be, with the help of a hardware, one can get into that immersive environment and get the real-time experience of how this facility may look like in future. Now, you are connecting to, okay, so this is a video, but now we are going to actually see the HoloLens, and within that HoloLens, that experience is available. The person who is wearing the HoloLens will be able to see, so you will be seeing everything what that person is seeing in the HoloLens. So this is one of our product, sprayer. We can have that one-on-one in front of anyone, okay? And we can have a walk around that product, see all the details there. Again, because of the confidentiality and the privacy, we are not able to share a lot of details on other use cases, but this is probably available in the external domain. That's how we are able to share this.
Across the enterprise, if you want to do design reviews, manufacturing reviews, you want to do any other reviews, these are some of the technologies we are proposing. As sometimes you develop research and development projects, sometimes capability building, and these are some of them. Sometimes it's push and pull. We work on these areas to showcase some of these developed and push it to the business. So this is one of them.
Yeah.
Likewise, many examples, as Ajay talked about, we can do this in manufacturing and engineering and other areas.
So Jagan has shared a kind of a roadmap, like how we have been through this journey. So there is a lot of deliberation from the organization with respect to leveraging this technology. A lot of investment is needed because this technology is evolving Every time probably there are different types of hardwares that are coming, different types of softwares are there. But again, the key here is how we can link it with a business use case, okay? And that's how we are able to make a progress connecting the technology with the business case, which can create an impact.
I think we have
Thank you. So if
we're allowed to take
time
questions.
allows, we are ready to take any question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
To the extent possible, can you share what's the cost involved in such kind of things, and how do you kind of focus on return on investment around some of this stuff?
Go ahead. We'll talk about manufacturing.
Yeah. Again, if you talk about this hardware, probably about a 3 lakh, 3 lakhs is the cost of this hardware. Definitely, we cannot have this by every operator on the floor. Okay. But this definitely can be leveraged in the areas where we are training a lot of new operators. Okay. Like 1,000 operators are coming every year. Instead of putting them on the shop floor, on the stations and having them commit mistakes, okay, they can do all the trainings in the virtual environment, and then we can deploy them on the physical environment. So that's how I will say not everything can be deployed on the floor, but in the restricted area, definitely. And again, the technology is also available on the mobile phones or tablets. So from that aspect, if there is availability of that type of a hardware, so hardware is the major cost involved here. So wherever there is a feasibility of leveraging the existing hardware, definitely it can be deployed without any cost, I will say.
As a leadership, it's very critical, but most of the time it's a one-time cost, unless technology changes every day. So we have to build that balance, making sure that we get the return on investment. It's a one-time, and then making sure that completely deploy from all the function, not just one, wherever possibility, and then make sure that the wider use of these applications bring back a lot of values across the enterprise. That's one thing I wanted to add.
You had also talked about the fact that you can use this for testing of the machines and the review of the designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you share some numbers around what would have been the defects per million opportunities before using this technology, and typically how does the DPMO or any of the defects percentage reduces?
So see, when it comes to technology, for example, I will quote what Abhijit talked about, bringing dealers technicians early on the programs. When I'm designing, when the person comes in and then gives me those kind of, whatever the knowledge is there, it's in the ground. How do you bring back that knowledge? That's the first aspect, and then all those things added into that. The second important aspect is, I would not say that all the 100 problems will solve. Can we leverage these technologies where you talked about you saw the manufacturing line. I can go in, I can wear that, and I can train my guys do this kind of a torque. And then when you continuously develop him, it's a muscle memory, building that kind of a thing. He will never forget that, or she will never forget that it's a 50 Newton meter I have to put. So building that kind of a thing, and then making sure that the clearances, interference studies, all those things happens beforehand. It really takes care of a lot of our challenges when it goes to build or when it goes to the manufacturing, and that's where we're talking about. If you ask those metrics, there are some metrics available, but I'm not able to share those things, but it is the way I will put it.
So if I talk from the manufacturing perspective, like having those reviews with respect to the manufacturing process standpoint, to get that understanding of the 3D is very important. On the screen, even though you have a 3D model, rotating that and visualizing that on a 2D screen, it is very difficult to identify those issues. I will say it is probably 50% faster for an engineer working on